Welcome one and all to the ISU Speed Skating World Cup, the fifth stop in the World Cup Tour, and the Olympic Winter Games are just around the corner. But who's going to be fastest round the bend in this competition today? The women's 500 and 1500, the men's 500 and 1500 coming up at this Speed Skating World Cup number 5. Wonderful to have your company, and wonderful to have the company of all of these world-class athletes as they go for season-ending glory in World Cup competition. We'll talk about some of the ins and outs of the points and the standings as we go through, but let's enjoy first the wonderful space that is the Max Eicher Arena in Inzell. Fantastic training facility. There are some people who don't seem to need any training. They're just so in form, they're just so unbeatable. But everyone now locked into those final moments of preparation. Whatever is round the corner for them, now is the time to be in peak form. This, after all, is something of an Olympic Winter Games dress rehearsal. Some of the squads have been announced. Some athletes know they're going. There are other competitors who know they're not going to be taking part at the Games. For everyone, they know the spotlight is on them in some form. Especially when you represent a nation that will be aspiring not just to win, but to dominate entirely at the Olympic Winter Games. So many different narratives, so many interesting stories. Last moments of calm and contemplation. The conditions are splendid. The track is exemplary. It's one of the fastest in the world. This arena was built in 1965 but renovated in 2010. More than 80 world records have been broken here. The ISU Speed Skating World Cup, stop number 5 at the Max Eicher Arena in the Bavarian Alps of Inzell. Hope you have been having a lovely week and you're looking forward to a weekend of spectacular ISU Speed Skating World Cup competition. Thank you so much for being part of it. We really appreciate your friendship. Let's just remind ourselves of the standings. Femke Kok has just a very narrow lead of around about 1 billion points at the top of the leaderboard, ahead of Yoshida Yukino in the women's 500 meters. But there are 120 points available over the course of this weekend because there is a race on Sunday as well. So let's have a look at the lineups and what we are to expect. Karolina Bosiek has come in a revised start list for this particular competition, with Kim Min-sun not participating. She was originally listed as a starter. All eyes on race number 9, Femke Kok and Erin Jackson. That's set to be absolutely fascinating. Jutta Leerdam and Angelika Wojcik as well in pair number 6. So we begin. Pair number 1, Sofia Torup and Karolina Bosiek. Sofia Torup, 28-year-old, twice a world championship medalist in short track for her previous nation, having moved to Denmark in 2023. She set a national record in November in Calgary, and she will be up against Karolina Bosiek, though, as I remind you, I'm sure many of you need no reminder, it is simply the fastest time across all 10 pairings. We're underway. It's the first of 2 women's 500 meters competitions at the ISU Speed Skating World Cup number 5 at the Max Eicher Arena in Inzell. And early on, Sofia Torup trails by 0.18 seconds. Karolina Bosiek going well at the start, but a long way to go, not in this race, but in the competition at large, because we have got a second 500 meters to come on Sunday. But we're close to clarification in this first particular pairing as these 2 athletes head towards the line, and it is Karolina Bosiek who is 0.1 ahead of Sofia Torup. 38.22 seconds for Bosiek. We move now to Brooklyn McDougall and Junghui Dan of Canada and the Republic of Korea. Brooklyn McDougall, the athlete from Calgary, team world champion, will be competing in Milano Cortina. Junghui Dan, the youngster who was the silver medalist at this distance at the Winter Youth Olympic Games in Gangwon. This could be very interesting. There isn't a great deal between them in terms of personal best. Junghui Dan has been something of a breakout performer over the last little while. Silver medalist at the World Junior Championships last year, and just ahead by hundreds over McDougall. As I said, we expect the start to be pretty tight. Will it continue thus? Brooklyn McDougall now, the experienced Canadian, laying down the challenge to Junghui Dan. Almost a decade separating them. What about the time? As we head for the line in the second partnership, it's going to be Junghui Dan, and Junghui Dan, but is only enough for second place. So Bosiek holds on. .38.22 for Bosiek. That's the fastest time so far.
Coming up next in pair 3 on the interlane representing Canada, it's
Carolina Hiller-Donnelly, 28-year-old from Prince George in British Columbia, will be making her Olympic debut next month. And Wang Jingziqian of the People's Republic of China also will be competing in Milano Cortina, fourth at the Asian Winter Games in Harbin last year. As things stand, as we enter the third pairing, it is Karolina Bosiek, the Pole, who's in the fastest time at the moment, but we expect things to change possibly with these two, and indeed they're both ahead of it. Hiller-Donnelly fastest at the moment by just a few hundreds over Wang Jingziqian. Hiller-Donnelly, initially a short track competitor, turned to speed skating at the Canada Winter Games just over a decade ago. Graduate of the prestigious University of Calgary, looking to graduate into first position in the standings at the moment. This is looking pretty good from Hiller-Donnelly, and yes, she goes into the lead by around about a third of a second. 37.88 seconds, the fastest now. That's very nicely done. That's pretty close to a personal best, just under 0.2 shy of it. A lot of excitement as to what's going to happen later on, and that particularly enticing prospect maybe of a track record being broken. Fourth pairing. Tian Ruining from the People's Republic of China, turned 29 a week ago. Two-time medalist at her home Asian Winter Games in Harbin. And Inagawa Kurumi of Japan, 26, from beautiful Hokkaido, Obihiro, famous for the Tokachi Oval. Has been a junior champion of the world. We're into the fourth partnership, the fourth pairing. Tian Ruining on the right and Inagawa Kurumi on the left. Let's see how the first split time is looking. Yes, Inagawa's just ahead by 1/100 of a second. leading Carolina Hiller-Donnelly at the moment, but a lot of work still to do if she's going to maintain that. Hiller-Donnelly racing very well and going close to a personal best. Can Inagawa, who has a personal best of 37.24 seconds, get close to that? If she can do it, then she may well go into the lead. Coming up to the finish, no doubt as to who's going to take this one, but it's only second place for Inagawa Kurumi, with Tian Ruining down in sixth position, half a second shy of the lead. Inagawa around about a quarter of a second. It is the Canadian who remains in first position, but Inagawa goes into second, Bosiek in third. Kristina Selaeva of Kazakhstan, Yamada Ryo of Japan. And there is Kristina Selaeva, 25-year-old, will be making a debut at the Olympic Winter Games in Milano Cortina, part of the team that won sprint bronze at the Asian Winter Games. And here is Yamada Ryo, the 28-year-old, a multiple World Junior Championship medalist and a 4 continents medalist. We already have a Japanese competitor in second place. Can the Japanese be 1 and 2 at the halfway stage of this women's 500? We'll find out soon enough. At the moment, it is Yamada who's the fastest, but she's 200 shy of that lead. Not much between her and Selaeva, just 600ths of a second. So we go into the final stages of this fifth pairing. And there is the 28-year-old Yamada Ryo from Suwa in Nagano Prefecture, the host city of the 1998 Olympic Winter Games. They're coming up to the line, and this one is fairly cut and dried. She's into the first place. Yamada Ryo by 0.12 seconds. So it is Japan now who are 1 and 4 because Kristina Selaeva has dropped into third place. So Yamada, Hiller-Donnelly and Selaeva. That for Yamada, not too far from a personal best. 37.59 to the 37.76 she's just produced. Now this could be interesting, very interesting in fact. The sixth pairing, Jutta Leerdam, 1,000 metre silver medalist at the Beijing Games, 7 times a champion of the world. She will be at the Games in Milano Cortina and doing both the 500 and the 1,000. Here's Angelika Wojcik, won silver at her home European Championships in this event very recently in Poland. This, we imagine, will be fast. As things stand, it's 37.76, 37.88, 38.08, 1, 2 and 3. Real sense of anticipation, things will change. Oh yes, Wojcik 0.17 faster. Leerdam not too far away, 300ths away from the lead, but down in 6th position. This could well be the heat that really changes everything, though. Let's see what happens as they turn round the bend and approach the finish line with Wojcik and Leerdam pretty close. It's going to be Leerdam by the looks of things. What a composed finish that was from Leerdam, and look at how that's changed everything. 0.54 faster, 37.22, very close to a personal best, very close. Wojcik going into second place. I did say there was a real sense that the whole leaderboard would look very different after this particular pairing. But it was the way that she finished this, Jutta Leerdam, incredibly smooth towards the line. What a display. She leads 37.22, the new fastest time. Pair number 7. Sophie Warmuth from the host nation. She's from Erfurt in east-central Germany, quite a way away from the Bavarian Alps of Inzell. Beatrice Lamarche of Canada, 4 years older than Warmuth at 27, from beautiful Quebec. She'll be thinking about the Olympic Winter Games, the kinesiology graduate. There's no doubt that these two... Oh, I was about to say there's no doubt that these two have got the potential to challenge things, but unfortunately Sophie Warmuth at home has gone down right from the start. Now, Lamarche, just 100th away at the start of this. Personal best from November of 37.3. How close can she get to that top 3? The Canadian, multiple 4 continents champion. Beatrice Lamarche coming towards the finish. Let's have a look at how close this is going to be. And she's in 3rd. She is in 3rd. Just over a 1/3 of a second away from the lead. 37.6, 3/10 from the personal best. Poor old Sophie Warmuth, the national champion. Can happen to any athlete. Just gets the wrong sort of contact. And we look back at the performance of Beatrice Lamarche to go into 3rd position. Wojcik 2nd, Leerdam 1st. This is the antepenultimate pairing. Martina Baran and Marit Flederus. Marit Flederus, 24, team sprint gold medalist at European Championship level, very fast. Martina Baran, team sprint gold at the European Championships just recently. 3 pairings to go. Martina Baran off to an intense start. Marit Flederus of the Netherlands alongside the pole. And my goodness, what a beginning this is from Baran. I mean, she absolutely is flying at the moment. 500's fastest. Now, can Martina Baran hold on to this really impressive start? Looking really impressive. The 24-year-old from Warsaw, but here comes Marit Flederus. As expected, a real riposte from Flederus, and she is there, but 6th and 7th for these two. Flederus just getting over the line ahead of Martina Baran, but no change to the top 5. Now it's safe to say there's a fair bit of excitement about this one. Femke Kok, reigning three-time consecutive 500 meters world champion and the world record holder, set it in November in Salt Lake City. And here is the reigning Olympic champion, Erin Jackson of the United States of America. Personal best of 36.57. That was also set in November in Salt Lake City for a national record. Are we going to see Femke Kok break her own track record of 37.07? Well, this is going to be absolutely enthralling. Femke Kok and Erin Jackson. Lots of anticipation about whether Femke Kok is going to go faster than the 37.07 track record. Oh my goodness, what a start this is from the pair of them. A tenth between them, but Femke Kok moving incredibly well. The 25-year-old who was 6th at the Olympic Winter Games in Beijing, but is 3 times the consecutive champion of the world. How close can Jackson get? Here goes Femke Kok towards the line. Let's look at the time. Let's look at the time. She's done it. It's a track record. 36.87 seconds. She beats her own track record from 2024. Jackson goes into 3rd place. But what everyone came to see has just come true. Glorious from Femke Kok. She breaks the track record, one of the most iconic tracks in the world and one of the very fastest. That's not a bad way to get ready for the Olympic Winter Games. Ninth consecutive World Cup win, by the way. That's what she's aiming for. Netherlands 1 and 2. Kaja Ziomek-Nogał of Poland won the gold medal at the European Championships in her home country very recently. And here's the athlete who was 4th in that contest, Serena Perger, the young Italian. Competed at the Winter Youth Olympic Games in Lausanne in 2020. This is the very last of the women's 500 metres races. Kaja Ziomek-Nogał of Poland and Serena Perger of Italy. With Ziomek-Nogał starting with intent. She's confident. After all, she is the champion of Europe. She won it at home. Looking like she might make a challenge here for a place in the top 3. It's Femke Kok, Jutta Leerdam and Erin Jackson. If she gets in that top 3, it's going to be a phenomenal effort from Kaja Ziomek-Nogał. Absolutely phenomenal. She's well ahead of Serena Perger by the looks of things. Really ahead of her. How close is she going to get to this? Oh, she's done it! 3rd place! Wow! Kaja Ziomek-Nogał, fresh off the European title. She has gone ahead of the Olympic champion. But it's Femke Kok who wins it. 9 consecutive World Cup wins. Jutta Leerdam 2nd, and Kaja Ziomek-Nogał right at the end has come in to take 3rd place away from Erin Jackson. Two gold medals at the European Championships. This one and with the team in the sprint. And she's got very close to her 2021 personal best as well. About 10th and a half away from it. Great entertainment to get us started. Hope you enjoyed that one. The first of two women's 500 metres taking place over the course of the weekend. More duels to come. The classified results in the first of the women's 500 metres this weekend. Kaja Zielmek-Nogel of Poland in third position. Jutta Leerdam of the Netherlands second, and Femke Kok, her teammate, setting a track record to take the win, her 9th in a row in World Cup competition. We've got the men's 500 coming up soon. And it's due to start in just over 5 minutes' time. Four events in total to come today. The women's and men's 1500 will close out our coverage. Just a slight lead at the top there for Femke Kok, narrowly ahead by 420 to 299 points over Erin Jackson. Goodness me, it's outrageously good, isn't it? And Kaja Zielmek-Nogel doing herself a big favour in the standings. She's in 4th position. Very tight underneath the leading position of Femke Kok. Any athlete that manages to get World Cup points has already made it into the very, very top bracket of anyone that will ever do this sport. Much more to come in the Bavarian Alps. Here we go then, the men's 500 metres, the first race. The next one to come on Sunday. This is the men's 500 metres, and here are the World Cup standings, with Jordan Stoltz enjoying a lead of 70 points over Damian Jurek at the top of the table. Those are the only two gentlemen above 300 points. Stoltz on course to repeat the hat-trick of last season. Just imagine that, winning all three trophies. Here are the starters, the contenders in this first men's 500 metres in Inzell. We're going to begin with a Spain-Italy pairing. And working our way through, we look at the ninth pairing, Stoltz and Morishige. And it will be most intriguing to see what we get as well from Damian Jurek. He's right at the end with Yenning de Bo. First pairing in the men's 500. Job Izquierdo from Spain, 23-year-old from very near to Barcelona, medalist at the Winter Youth Olympic Games. Jeffrey Rossanelli of Italy, 4 years older at 27, from mountainous Trento, competed in Beijing. The men's 500 metres, and this is the first pairing. Job Izquierdo is absolutely going for this. Jeffrey Rossanelli just way off the pace early on. So we focus now on the Spaniard, who is excited about the forthcoming Olympic Winter Games, the first time that Spain has had somebody in the 500 and the 1000. And it is 35.13 seconds from Job Izquierdo. He was sixth at the European Championships. Set a national record for a personal best of 34.35 seconds back in October. We'll see him soon. Will we see him win again? Cedric Brunet, all Canada, 25, from Gatineau in Quebec, just across the river from the capital of Ottawa. Joep Venemars of the Netherlands, 1,000 metres gold medalist at the last World Championships. Brunet, personal best of 34.06, Venemars 34.32. First time that we've had a reset. I just wonder how Cedric Brunet is feeling ahead of the games in Milano Cortina, with the incredible Olympic Winter Games pedigree in his family. Oh, well, it's just going to be Joep Venemars. So let's see how he compares to Job Izquierdo. Venemars, 23, has been overall junior world champion. Up to the line, and he goes into the lead by 0.2 of a second, 34.93. That's just over half a second away from the personal best that he set in November in Calgary. Brunet just stepped off the ice right after the start. As I mentioned earlier, there will be a second 500 metres later on. The third pairing.
Next is pair 3 on the inner lane from Japan,
Kuratsubo Katsuhiro of Japan from Nagano. He's been the world junior champion at 500 metres. Marek Kania of Poland from Warsaw, 16th at the Olympic Winter Games in Beijing. Part of the Polish team that won sprint gold at the home European Championships. He also took silver in the 500 metres. So he's been in some very fine form. He's a little faster than Kuratsubo in terms of personal best. We have Marek Kania on the outside, Kuratsubo Katsuhiro on the inside. It's going to be quite a tight start this. Let's have a look at the first split time. It's just about Kuratsubo by 400ths, and they're both faster than anyone else that we've had so far. No surprise there when one looks at their personal best times. Kuratsubo Katsuhiro and Marek Kania. Third pairing, and it's Kania. No great surprise that he picks up the pace, and by over half a second he is the fastest. Kuratsubo couldn't hold on to that early advantage, but still he is into second place. Kania 34.42, so 0.41 away from his personal best. Kuratsubo just over half a second away from his. Another Japanese competitor. Shinhama Tatsuya of Japan, World Championship medalist in this event. And he's been a World Universities champion as well at 500 metres. Competes at the Olympic Winter Games in Beijing. As did Lian Ziwen from Harbin. And he was part of the team that won sprint gold at the Asian Winter Games. Beautiful moment in his career in his home city. Shinhama Tatsuya and Lian Ziwen of Japan and the People's Republic of China, respectively. Shinhama Tatsuya, fastest so far, 800ths quicker than anyone else. He's the national record holder, set a personal best of 33.79 seconds in 2019, so quite a few years ago now. Lian Ziwen trying to stay as close to him as possible. And he now might just go ahead, or is Shinhama going to hold on? Yes, he is going to hold on, and quite comfortably actually. But that's only third place for Shinhama and fifth for Lian. So Marek Kania holding on to the lead. We've got a 0.3 gap now between first and third. Martin Lieve and Laurent Dubreuil.
National record holder of Estonia, Martin Lieve. And on the other end, representing Canada, it's their national record holder, Laurent Dubreuil.
A pair of national record holders in 29-year-old Martin Lieve and 33-year-old Laurent Dubreuil. Dubreuil, silver medalist over double the distance in Beijing at the Olympic Winter Games of 2022. And he has been the 500 metres world champion too. Well, it is only Martin Lieve who's going to be competitive here as Laurent Dubreuil departs. And he is competitive so far, Martin Lieve. Personal best of 34.12 seconds. 3/10 faster than Marek Kania's current leading time. So, interesting conclusion coming up if he can keep going. The man from Jorgeva in Estonia, as he approaches the line at 34.42, the fastest. And that's actually given us the time of Laurent Dubreuil, so we'll come back and give you clarification on Martin Lieve in just a moment. But I think he's done that. Looked as though he was just ahead of Kania, but we'll wait and see. I've slightly stuck my neck out there, but I have a feeling Martin Lieve might have just been ahead of Marek Kania. And we're getting confirmation now. Yes, 34.29. Martin Lieve faster by 0.13 than Marek Kania. So Kania second and Kuratsubo Katsuhiro third. Kim Jun-ho of the Republic of Korea. Cooper McLeod of the United States of America. "30-year-old from Seoul, 6 years younger, the man from beautiful Washington State. It's Martin Lieve who's fastest so far, 34.29. And we're getting a lot of one-person pairings at the moment. Cooper McLeod, 600ths off the pace at the moment, but certainly the chance to make this competitive. He has a personal best of 34.04 seconds. Cooper McLeod, part of the team that won sprint gold at the Four Continents. And Cooper McLeod with a time of 34.68, he's into third position. Kuratsubo drops off the leaderboard, or the top three, I should say, down into fourth. The seventh pairing in the men's 500.
On the interlane, representing Kazakhstan, it's the national record holder, Yevgeny Koshkin.
Yevgeny Koshkin, national record set in November in Salt Lake City, 33.67 seconds. Asian Winter Games medalist. And Hirose Yuta, 21, 2 years younger than Koshkin. World Cup medalist, 34.24 personal best. So we are working our way through the men's 500 meters. Yevgeny Koshkin, Hirose Yuta. Koshkin will be ahead at the moment, just marginally over Hirose. They're both faster than anyone else so far as we look to see if Koshkin can keep this going. We would expect him to be quite a bit faster than Hirose based on what he did in November in Salt Lake City. But you never know, because Hirose is young and improving. It is going to be a very tight finish, but Koshkin is there, and they're well 500s away. 500s. That's all. He's into second place, and well done to Martin Lieb from Estonia, who's holding on to the lead.
We now have just 3 pairs to go. Guaranteed speed as we head into these final 3 pairs. Did look like there was a tumble by Hirose of Japan in that last quarter as he put his hand down. Nevertheless, he did stay on his feet and recovered miraculously to come. Skate in 4th position. Skate so far.
Martin Lieb, first place. Three pairings to come. Sebastianese of the Netherlands, 24 a week ago. Winter Youth Olympian. And here is Bjørn Magnussen, 28 a few weeks ago, the first Norwegian to go under 34 seconds in the 500 meters. The graduate of civil engineering, who's engineered a place in history. This one might be on the fast side. Sebastianese and Bjørn Magnussen of the Netherlands and Norway, respectively, with Magnussen on the outside, but Magnussen going to be ahead just about. That's very tight. That's very tight. Just a few hundreds between them. Now let's see what the final stage of this 500 meters pairing brings us. Sebastianese, Bjørn Magnussen, trying to make an attack on the podium with Martin Lieb leading on 34.29 seconds. And here comes the really big pull away. Magnussen in 3rd place ahead of Diniz, who's just in the top 10. So Lieb and Koshkin remain in 1st and 2nd. 2 partnerships remaining. Magnussen not able to get closer to that 33.99 that he produced in November. What a special moment that was. On the subject of special moments, well, here he is, the World Cup leader, Jordan Stoltz. The young man from Wisconsin, the reigning world all-around champion, along with many other honours. Morishige Wataru of Japan, who set a personal best of 33.94 seconds at the competition in Salt Lake City in November. Track record 34.1 set by Stoltz in 2024. Ripple of excitement around the building. Jordan Stoltz, Morishige Wataru. There is the World Cup leader, the gentleman who's going for yet another clean sweep. And he is faster so far than Morishige, with 400s between them. This is great entertainment. But we expect Stoltz to pull away, as he's so good at doing in these 500 meters. Oh, that's unfortunate. Morishige down. And Stoltz now, all eyes on him, but he's used to that, he's comfortable with that. And 34.26 puts him in the lead by 300ths over Martin Lieb. Doesn't get right up towards that track record, but he is the leader by a few hundreds over the Estonian. Poor Morishige. Always the risk when you're up there with somebody like Jordan Stoltz that just in the sheer act of trying to stay as competitive as possible, you have a moment like that. He's back up and he's over the line. The bronze medalist from Beijing. Also the reigning World University Games champion, Morishige Wataru. Stoltz, Liev and Koshkin, 1, 2 and 3. And we have one final partnership. The 500 meters world champion last year, Yenning de Bo, national record holder, turns 23 in a couple of weeks. Could he break the track record? And here is Damian Jurek of Poland, 11th at the last Olympic Winter Games, but he has just won the 500 and 1000 in his home city at the European Championships. Set a national record in November in Calgary. We've got a big conclusion coming up here. Yenning de Bo and Damian Jurek really attacking this one as they try to get beyond the 34.26 seconds of Jordan Stoltz, who's leading the way. And they're way off the pace at the moment, but not a huge distance. Just hundreds, that's all. Just hundreds. Might be enough to get into the top three. Stoltz, Liev, Koshkin, 34.34 is what you need to get into the top three. Damian Jurek. This is impressive from Jurek. It's very impressive from Jurek. He's got it. He's just broken the track record by 100th of a second. What a statement from the champion of Europe, who won it at home in front of his fans. Now he's going on the road with dreams of glory. Damian Jurek sets a track record in the Max Eicher Arena in Inzell. Well done, sir. He's just beaten Jordan Stoltz as well. Magnificent. We've had track records in both the women's and men's 500 to start this weekend of competition. Absolutely thrilled. Damian Jurek picks up the win. Helps him reduce a little of that margin of 70 points between him and Stoltz. Track record by 100th of a second. Congratulations, Damian Jurek. The classified results in the men's 500 metres. Third place to Martin Liev of Estonia, second to Jordan Stoltz of the United States of America, and a track record beating Stoltz's own performance from 2024. Damian Jurek of Poland gets the win. So that will, I think, take it from 70 to 64 points a gap. And there we go, confirmation of the change at the top of the standings. Not in positions, but in terms of points. 64 points versus 70. Jurek has made up a little ground. Yenning de Beau remains in third place. Well, we have just a little break in the action, but competition is going to resume soon. In just about 10 minutes time, or just over 10 minutes time, we're going to bring you the women's 1500 metres. So don't go too far away, more action to come. Scenes of celebration now. The women's 500 metres. Kaja Ziomek-Nogal of Poland, a great performance to take bronze ahead of the Olympic champion, Erin Jackson. Jutta Leerdam, the winner of the silver medal. A time of 37.22 seconds. and setting a track record. Femke Kok breaking her own track record from 2024 with a time of 36.87 seconds. So 0.2 faster. She picks up yet another World Cup win, 9 in a row. And she wins the gold medal. There they are, the medalists. If you're just joining, don't worry, the action will be resuming very soon with the women's 1500. But we've got one more ceremony to bring you before that for the men's 500, the first of two 500-metre races taking place over this three-day competition in Inzell, Germany. The setting is right in the far south of the country, in the Traunstein district of Bavaria. Really beautiful setting right by the Berchtesgaden National Park. The men's 500 metres victory ceremony at the World Cup in Inzell. Martin Liiv of Estonia winning the bronze medal. Really impressive performance from him. Went very close to a personal best, only just about a 10th and a half away from it.
In second place, the silver medalist representing the United States, Jordan Stolz still maintains a very healthy advantage at the top of the World Cup standings, but he finishes second on this occasion. Damian Jurek of Poland setting a track record with a time of 34.09 seconds. Wonderful accomplishment and a wonderful reward. He takes the gold medal.
the champion of Europe. He's in extremely good form. There they are, the medalists in the men's 500 metres. Coming up in just a moment, the women's 1500 metres. The women's 1500 metres coming up. Well, it's all rather interesting in the current World Cup standings. There's a real cluster of competitors challenging for top spots. Have a look at those World Cup standings. Just 7 points, the lead for Takagi Miho of Japan. So it's going to be interesting to see what sort of performance we get from Antoinette Reitma de Jong. The women's 1500 metres. These are the contenders. Takagi Miho going in the final pairing with Brittany Bowe, and a lot of focus on that all-Dutch encounter right before it between Joy Bona and Antoinette Reitma de Jong. Let's get this women's 1500 metres underway, shall we? Good luck to them all. Li Jiaxuan of the People's Republic of China. Two 22-year-olds in this opening pairing. Horikawa Momoka of Japan, 22 as well, from Hokkaido. 10th in Beijing in the 5,000 meters. False start called. Yeah, certain crossing of the line. So the tension ratchets up at the start. The women's 1500 meters. This is the first of 10 pairings. Li Jiaxuan of the People's Republic of China and Japan's Horikawa Momoka. 3 3/4 laps of this track. And just to remind you, especially if you're jumping in now to watch this sport ahead of the Olympic Winter Games in Milano Cortina, that these are not races as such between two athletes trying to beat each other, although obviously if you want to win the whole thing you've got to beat the person next to you, but you've got to come top of the overall field. It's simply fastest time wins the whole thing. Very simple and pure way of assessing the quickest out there in the sport of speed skating. So for these two, the job is to set the pace and to make it a ferocious one. Li Jiaxuan has got quite considerably the fastest personal best by almost 2 seconds, 1 minute 53.26. Just to give you context, the track record is 1 minute 52.65. That was set by Joy Bona in 2024. And in 2019, Takagi Miho, who will be in the last pairing here, set the world record of 1 minute 49.83. Coming towards the conclusion of this first women's 1500 meters.
And here they come now. The last stretch.
Pretty tight going up to the line, but Li Jiaxuan is going to be comfortably the first. So 1 minute 56.89. That is quite a way away from the personal best she set, over 3.5 seconds. Second pairing in the women's 1500.
From Poland, it's the national record holder this distance,
Natalia Czerwonka, 37-year-old, will be competing at her 5th Olympic Winter Games in Milano Cortina. Incredible. And Isabel Weideman of Canada, team pursuit gold medalist in Beijing. Won full colours at those games, the 3rd Canadian to win 3 medals at one Games. So this is the women's 1500 metres. Ten pairings as the action intensifies as we grow closer to the Olympic Winter Games of Milano Cortina, where speed skating is always a showpiece occasion. And this stop number 5 in the World Cup calendar. Czerwonka and Weidemann so far a fair bit off the pace set by Lee and Horikawa in the first partnership. Still to come, we've got the men's 1500 metres later on in our coverage. That will be the last of the 4 events taking place today. Hope you're enjoying it all so far. Wonderful to have you with us. Quite a gap between them at the moment. Coming up to the last lap, Natalia Czerwonka is still about a third of a second away from that lead set by Li Jiaxuan. Isabel Weidemann is away down by quite a gap. Now things taking a very different complexion at the end. Isabel Weidemann just pacing herself and coming in ahead of Czerwonka. 0.43. She's in third place. That's the gap between first and third at the moment, just under half a second. The experienced athlete from Ottawa, Isabel Weidemann. Greta Myers and Marijke Groenewald. 21-year-old from Minnesota, getting set for the games. 4 continents medalist. Marijke Groenewald, 6 years older than Myers at 27, and already a medalist at the Olympic Winter Games from Beijing. Won team pursuit bronze and was 5th at this distance. You're watching the women's 1500 metres at the Inzell World Cup of speed skating under the superintendence of the ISU. And we're in the beautiful Max Eicher Arena, one of the most celebrated tracks in the world, and a very exciting one with some fast times often produced. Greta Myers, so far the fastest we've seen at this stage, with 3 laps to go. The undergraduate at the University of Utah, a university that boasts so many of the United States of America's top winter sports athletes, because obviously of its proximity to an environment of excellence and an environment that's utterly conducive to practicing your sport. And she's 3/4 of a second quicker than anyone so far, with Groenewald also in the top 2. So this is where we are seeing the leaderboard get shaken up and the pack get shuffled. And just imagine the excitement that so many of these athletes are feeling ahead of the Olympic Winter Games, especially if they're going to be making debuts. But they'll also be thinking, I want to get that balance right between peak form and overtraining, risking injury. Myers is a second to the good, but not a huge amount between them. I think it is clear that Li Jiaxuan's lead is going to change. And what a transformation here by Marijke Groenewald. Getting close to the line. 1:56.88 is the lead. Not anymore. Oh, that's an easy advantage. 1.81 seconds faster than anything we've seen so far. Myers goes into second, but Marijke Groenewoud, very good management of the distance. Groenewoud, who is from Friesland, which is so famous for its speed skating culture. The mass start world champion from last year as well. Pair number 4. Sato Ayano of Japan. Yang Binyu of the People's Republic of China. Sato Ayano and Yang Binyu of the People's Republic of China. Sato of Japan. Sato is 29, from Kushiro in Hokkaido. Started skating in the eastern coastal town of Akechi. What a career, what a career. Team pursuit, gold medalist in Pyeongchang and silver medalist in Beijing. And they're off to a really good pace early on, both of them. Sato, who at 21 was one of Japan's youngest ever Olympic Winter Games speed skating champions. Yang Binyu, who won home gold in 3,000 metre competition at the Asian Winter Games in Harbin. Bit of a change now. Yang Binyu dropping out of the top little cluster, with Sato still up there and competitive, but not quite as strongly as before. Very experienced Sato Ayano. Let's see what the final lap brings us as Yang Binyu now seeks to make a move. They've really drifted away, the pair of them, after such a fast beginning to this contest. But it might change. And here goes Yang Binyu. Yang Binyu going to take this very comfortably, but looks as though the lead isn't going to be remotely threatened. Yes, they are actually well outside of the top group of competitors. Yang Binyu into 6th place, Sato Ayano into 8th. Marijke Groenewoud still leads on 1 minute 55.07. Greta Myers 1 minute 56.68. Li Jiaxuan, who was the first to go, 1:56.88. Isabel van Elst, Belgian record holder, set a personal best of 1 minute 54 exactly in November in Calgary. And Elizaveta Golubeva of Kazakhstan, 4th in the team pursuit at the Beijing Games. An interesting one this, two very experienced athletes. Isabel Van Els, 27, with that personal best that I mentioned earlier of 1:54 from November in Calgary. Golubeva has a faster personal best by about 2.5 seconds, but that was in February 2020 in Utah. Will be Golubeva ahead so far, and they're both in touching distance at the moment. Groenewald, Myers and Lee are the place-holding athletes in the top three at the moment. Now Golubeva certainly is making a race for it. Can she hold on over the next couple of laps? That's the question. Van Elst is not a million miles away. Would be no surprise if she does really get back into this in the final stages. But Golubeva, who has 5 times been a World Championship medalist, is going to be in a leading position as we go to the bell. She's leading the whole thing by 0.6. Van Elst in 4th position at the moment. Now Van Elst a little bit more over the shoulder of Golubeva. Golubeva really going for this, the 29-year-old. 1:55.07 is the current leading time. It is vulnerable, but it's second for Golubeva. Ends up 0.69 away from the lead. Van Elst is in 5th position, just about 2 seconds shy of Groenewald's time. Great effort, that. That's the current state of play. Marijke Groenewald in the lead, Elisabetta Golubeva second, and Grete Myers third. Han Mei of the People's Republic of China, 28. And it is Switzerland's Caitlin McGregor, who's 3 years older at 31. Both of them the national record holders. If you're just joining the action, we've gone beyond the halfway stage of the women's 1500 metres in Inzell. Marijke Groenewald is the leader, 1:55.07. You need 1:56.68 to be on the podium as things stand, but a long way still to go, obviously. Han Mei and Caitlin McGregor, decent beginning. Han Mei, the reigning Asian Winter Games champion over this distance. She's from Hohhot in the Inner Mongolia area of China. 2-time Olympic Winter Games competitor. McGregor now the faster of them. Caitlin McGregor, who's been up there in that leading group of contenders at the European Championships. Her personal best was set in Salt Lake City in November, 1:52.31. Coming up to the bell. Now this is very interesting. Han Mei and Caitlin McGregor really close, 300ths between them. Who's going to take it, and how close can they get to Groenewald? Certainly they might make a case of being in the top three. Both of them might. Round the bend, approaching the line. Are we going to get a change to the top three? It's going to be very, very close. It is going to be Han Mei, and she's done it, with McGregor going into second place. Well done to the pair of them, but Han Mei by almost 3/4 of a second, a time of 1 minute 54.36. Caitlin McGregor 1 minute 54.62, about 1/4 of a second behind.
Will the times get faster? We do have 4 pairs to go. A bunch of national record holders. Current world champion, track record holder, and the European champion are coming up.
We've still got 8 times to come. But now the lead is sub 1 minute 55. Nikola Strahalova of Czechia, 29-year-old, who was 5th at the last World Championships and who recently won the European Championship silver medal in Poland. Yvonne Blondin of Canada, 6 years older at 35 than Strahalova. Welcome everyone to the 7th pairing in this women's 1500 metres at World Cup number 5 in the ISU speed skating calendar. Nikola Strahalova, who was on the European Championship podium earlier this month in Poland, really did improve upon her personal best to set a national record of 1 minute 52.86 in Calgary, and she started with gusto. 0.45. That's the gap that puts her at the top of the leaderboard. Yvonne Blondin outside of the top 10 based on the start, but things can change very rapidly in this distance. Blondin, team pursuit gold medalist and mass start silver medalist in Beijing, so knows her way around complicated races. But Strahalova making a very positive start. Now Blondin makes the move. Tension on the sidelines. To the bell. Really good effort this, but Strahalova has just dropped away from that strong position she set early on. Blondin close to her. Can either of these athletes push into the top 3 as we go towards the finish line with 3 pairs to come? Yvonne Blondin is going to be the fastest of this particular pairing, but yes, not quite enough for top 3. Close to a second away from the lead for Blondin, just over a second for Strahalova. Han Mei remains in first place. McGregor second. Groenewald is third. The anti-penultimate pairing.
On the air, representing Kazakhstan, their national record holder,
Nadezhda Morozova of Kazakhstan.
and on the outer lane, representing Norway, European champion, national record holder,
Rana Viklund of Norway, the champion of Europe. One of the absolute athletes of the moment, Rana Viklund of Norway. 1,500 and 3,000 metre double in Poland at the European Championships earlier this month. The first Norwegian woman to become European champion. And that coming 5 years or so after her world title. Amazing accomplishment. Morozova and Viklund, not much between them, but Morozova marginally the faster by 400s early on. Now we see Viklund easing into this particular race. And look at the gap, it's quite considerable, a second almost, with a couple of laps left. 3 3/4 laps in the 1500. Rana Viklund looking to go beyond that time of 1 minute 54.36 from Hanmei. This will give us a good indication as we get to the bell. And she has just slightly come off the pace a little, from virtually a second to just over 3/4 of a second. Morozova, by the way, is up there as well, and here we see Morozova trying to make her move. Rana Viklund has quite comfortably got this, and she may go into the lead. She has done by over half a second. The European champion, Rana Viklund. And that little flurry from Morozova didn't result in anything. She ends up in 5th place. Rana Viklund, 1 minute 53.72. So that is just about a second slower than the track record of Joy Bona from 2024. Joy Bona of the Netherlands.
and on the outer lane, also representing the Netherlands, please welcome
Antoinette Rijpma de Jong of the Netherlands. So the all-Dutch meeting between Joy Bona and Antoinette Rijpma de Jong. Let's just take stock of the leading time of Rana Viklund of 1 minute 53.72 seconds. These two have both gone way faster than that. It is Rijpma de Jong who was the fastest early on, but we expect a few twists and turns, a fair few twists and turns in this engrossing meeting. Are we going to see the 1 minute 52.65 track record get threatened? Very tight. Look at that, completely level with 2 laps to go, and both of them on course to go into the lead. But who can do it with just 1 to go after this? This is going to be a very interesting conclusion. It is Joy Bona who is the fastest so far by 0.28. Rijma de Jong has slipped back a little into 3rd position. But Joy Bona, the world champion over 1,500 metres last year. As we get to the conclusion, 1 minute 53.72, the leading time, but that has changed. Joy Bona has gone into the lead by just over 1/3 of a second, with Antoinette Rijma de Jong in 5th position, 1.2 off the pace. So Rana Viklund now in 2nd place and Han Mei in 3rd. Soon to turn 38. Takagi Miho is the current World Cup leader. She's come into this defending a 7-point gap over Antoinette Rijma de Jong. And de Jong is currently down in 5th position, so there's an opportunity here for Takagi to really extend her advantage at the top of the leaderboard. The athlete who made her Olympic Winter Games debut in Vancouver at the age of only 15. And my goodness, all of the things she's done since then. 2 Olympic Winter Games titles, and there's not much between them. Fast start this, Bo a little quicker than Takagi. This is very interesting. We're going to be guessing right up until the end. This time it's going to be Takagi about a second faster than anyone, with Bo 3/4 of a second faster. Joy Bona 1 minute 53.34. That's the current leading time. But what is this going to give us? Bona is currently 3rd in the World Cup standings. To the bell, and it's favourable for Takagi. She's got 3/4 of a second to work with as the advantage. Brittany Bowe is currently in 3rd position. Takagi Miho, the 8-time champion of the world, the silver medalist at the last Olympic Winter Games over 1,500 metres. Here she goes towards the line. Joy Bona currently occupying the leading position. It's going to be close, and it is just about Joy Bona by 1/4 of a second. Takagi taking the silver, and Brittany Bowe finishing in 5th place. Just couldn't quite keep that advantage. But it was a very, tightly fought contest. Joy Bona is the winner. Takagi Miho takes silver, and Rana Viklund, bronze medalist. Got off to such a ferocious start, the Japanese athlete, who has well over 30 World Cup individual gold medals. The classified results in the women's 1500 metres. Rana Viklund of Norway takes the bronze medal. Takagi Miho of Japan wins silver, and Joy Bona of the Netherlands by a quarter of a second is the champion. That's what it means. Joy Bona has moved up into second place over Antoinette Rijma de Jong, who's slipped back a little. Now an 8-point gap between Takagi and Bona. So huge congratulations to Takagi Miho. Now the men's 1500 metres. This is the last event of our coverage today, and it promises to be fascinating. Now, if things were tight and complicated in the women's 1500 metres, they're a little more cut and dried, aren't they, in the men's? Jordan Stoltz with a 44-point advantage at the top of the table. These are the contenders for the men's 1500 metres in Inzell. And Jordan Stoltz will go in the penultimate pairing with Sander Eitram of Norway. The first pair in the men's 1500. Moritz Klein. Li Wenhao. Germany and China represented in this first 1500 metres pairing. We begin the men's 1500 metres. The setting is Inzell, the Max Eicher Arena. Fabulous space. And a beautiful part of Germany as well, in Bavaria, in the Bavarian Alps. Some really extraordinary views as you wind your way around the streets of this part of the world. It really is a verdant, mountainous place. And everyone's focus right now, those who are going to the games, is to get to the top of the mountain at just the right time in Milano Cortina to peak for the showpiece competition. And this last stop in World Cup speed skating is going to be fascinating. It's Moritz Klein, who is currently the fastest by just over a tenth. Both of them arrive at the bell almost inseparable. Li Wenhao just 1/100th of a second slower than the German. Klein has a very slightly better personal best. That was set in November, but only by just about 1/3 of a second. And as we get to the conclusion of this one, very assured is Li Wenhao, 1.39 seconds faster than Moritz Klein. Still, we have 18 athletes to take to the track in the men's 1500. Let's have a Can-Am connection as North American neighbours take to the track. David Leroux of Canada, from beautiful Quebec, and from the vibrant city of Chicago, Emery Lehman. And what will we see from him later? David Leroux, the 27-year-old, 2 years older than him. Emery Lehman, Canada and the USA, respectively. David Leroux, who's been a champion in the 4 continents, a medalist at the Winter World University Games. Emery Lehman, part of the world record-setting team pursuit gold medal outfit at the last World Championships, eyeing his 4th consecutive Olympic Winter Games in Milano Cortina. Both of these accomplished gentlemen also have university backgrounds. David Leroux, graduate of finance from institutions like McGill, also studied at Laval. Emery Lehman, a master's degree in structural engineering from Johns Hopkins University. To the bell, David Leroux, fastest so far, but off the pace of Li Wenhao. So can they change that? Push coming up from David Leroux to get a quicker finish as Emery Lehman is approaching, but it is going to be David Leroux. And Leroux is a second just about away from Li Wenhao. So the young Chinese skater holding on after the next partnership. Here they come, all of the contenders. Vladimir Semeruni of Poland, Valentin Thibault of France. We're into the third pair in the men's 1500 metres. The Pole, Vladimir Semeruni, on the right of your picture. France's Valentin Thibault, the gentleman we're looking at there. Semeruni is 4 years younger at 23. Very recently won the 5,000 metres gold medal at the European Championships in Poland and took second place in this event. But it's Thibault who has made the quicker beginning. He was fourth at the European Championships in the mass start competition. They've both got personal bests that would take them beyond the time of Li Wenhao, who currently is the fastest. But a lot will need to change. Here we go then to the bell. Valentin Thibault, overwhelmingly the fastest so far of these two gentlemen, but no change coming as things stand. But now we get to Semeruni really pushing for a strong finish. We've seen that from him before. Valentin Thibault is going to take this one. And he's in second place, Semeruni in third. So close to half a second the gap between the top two. Li Wenhao holds on to first place. He's doing really well, Li Wenhao, considering he was in the first pair. And number 4. Metode Jilek of Czechia, 19-year-old who holds the national record. Hendrik Dombeck of Germany, almost a decade older than his opponent today. Pair number 4 in the men's 1500 metres at stop number 5. The last stop in the ISU Speed Skating World Cup season. Metode Jilek of Czechia, 19 from Prague, as we look at Hendrik Dombeck of Germany, who naturally will have the bulk of the home support. And he started quite nicely, Hendrik Dombeck. Man from Munich, so he knows this part of the country well. What a lovely city Munich is. He studies sports management, does Mr. Dombeck. He's an armed forces athlete, and he's just slipped away a little bit with a couple of laps to go. Very well known in the sport in this country. He's been an athlete spokesperson for the German Speed Skating and Short Track Association. It will mean a lot to him if he can be competitive as we get close to the halfway stage. But they're now just drifting away a little, the pair of them, as Jilek starts to try to make his move with one final lap remaining. Jilek knows how to do the long distances. Bronze at 10,000 metres at the World Single Distances Championships. 5,000 metres a mass start junior world champion too. And he's going to easily take this and go into the lead by close to half a second. Well done, young man. Metode Jilek, the teenager from Prague, goes ahead of Li Wenhao. 1 minute 44.05. Judged that really nicely, didn't he, Metode Jilek? And he has proven himself to be so accomplished at managing complicated distance. Distance is much greater than that, and also at managing the complexity of a mass start race. It's going to be so interesting as we move through these pairings. This next one will take us to halfway. The men's 1500 metres, pair number 5. Nonomura Taiyo of Japan, another of the Hokkaido-based athletes. Impressive, fast young man, Alexander Farthofer of Austria. Nonomura Taiyo and Alexander Farthofer of Japan and Austria. Pair number 5 in the men's 1500 metres. There is the 20-year-old from Vogel in Tyrol near the Alps. Was 7th at the European Championships as I believe the fastest one actually in the field coming into the race. But Nonomura Taiyo has started with real intent. If he keeps this up, he'll position himself well. 1500 metres champion at the Winter World University Games in Lake Placid. He won silver at 1000 metres, and he got onto the podium at 1500 in the 4 continents last year, so he's accomplished a great deal so far. He is 1.5 seconds faster than anyone we've seen. Get a sense, don't we, that the lead is vulnerable. Metode Jilek holds that lead. Li Wenhao second, Valentin Thibault third. To the bell. How's this one looking? Oh, it's a little tighter now. Just a little tighter. Nonomura with about 2/3 of a second to play with. So we approach the line. Nonomura Taiyo, yeah, he is not there. Alexander Farthofer easily ahead of him into second place. Nonomura ending up second plus off the pace. Metode Jilek holding on to the lead. Alexander Farthofer in second. Farthofer about 1.5 seconds away from his personal best. the leader, that young gentleman. This is the sixth pair. We're over the halfway stage once these two gentlemen get started. Yamada Kazuya of Japan. Tijmen Snell of the Netherlands. Back we go. To the start once more, Yamada Kazuya and Tijmen Snell. This time we have clarity at the beginning. Yamada Kazuya, Tijmen Snell, 24-28 respectively. Yamada, another of those from Obihiro in Hokkaido. He's trained at the wonderful Hokkaido Tokachi Oval. Tijmen Snell, the faster of the two at the first measurement. He's been a continental champion, the man from Amsterdam. Graduate of mechanical engineering. Methode Yilek, the leader at the moment, but we may have some alterations coming courtesy of these two. Now, coming up to the final lap. And what's the gap like? Well, we'll come back to that in due course. We're without the split times for now. Tijmen Snell now has Yamada pretty much alongside him, but he's pulled away. Tijmen Snell, he's going to be away from his personal best, and by the looks of things, quite a bit behind that lead of Methode Yilek. And then we've got the confirmation of it. So Methode Yilek, 1 minute 44.05. That is holding the lead. We'll just bring you those times as soon as we can. And yes, I can tell you Tijmen Snell down in 8th position. Yamada Kazuya in 12th. Just 4 pairs to come now. That's why we needed a little bit of housekeeping performed to the surface. To pair 7 in the men's 1500. Austria and Italy represented. Gabriel Odor of Austria from Tyrol. Daniele Di Stefano of Italy, born in Rome. Pair number 7, the men's 1500 metres at the Inzell World Cup of Speed Skating. Stop number 5 as this particular journey comes to a close, and the Olympic Winter Games looms right over on the horizon. Gabriel Odor, Daniele Di Stefano, and Odor slightly quicker at the moment. Metode Jilek, that impressive 19-year-old, is holding the lead at present. Di Stefano actually grew up on the coast near Rome. Silver medalist in this event at the World Winter University Games a couple of years ago in Lake Placid. Actually, 3 years ago now. Gabriel Odor has been a World Junior Champion in mass start competition and a Senior European Championship medalist. Competed at the Olympic Winter Games and made the top 10 in the mass start in Beijing. Look at this, completely level. 3/4 of a second faster than anyone else. Great effort from Gabriel Odor and Daniele Di Stefano. And a move from Di Stefano, a big move from Di Stefano. And he's judged this really impressively. Daniele Di Stefano, this is going to be a very good time. Oh, he's so close. 700ths away from Metode Jilek. He's just about held on. The teenager still leads. What an effort at the end from Daniele Di Stefano. Metode Jilek is still holding on to first place. 3 pairs to go. The national record holder at 1500 metres, Ning Zhongyan of the People's Republic of China, from Mudanjiang in the northeast of the country. And from Friesland, Tim Prins, the young man from the Netherlands. These two athletes, Ning Zhongyan of China and Tim Prins of the Netherlands, set their personal bests in November in Salt Lake City. For Ning, it was 1 minute 41.02. For Prins, 1 minute 42.36. They both started really impressively with early leads on the rest of the pack. Ning competed at his home Olympic Games in Beijing, finishing 7th in the 1500 metres, 2 places lower than in the 1000. Yes, this is fast, isn't it? Really fast. Ning Zhongyan, 2¼ seconds faster than Prince, but a sense of change coming, maybe. Or not, because Ning Zhongyan has looked in really good form lately. To the bell. How far ahead is he? Very far ahead. 2.17. Barring a real transformation in this last lap, Methode Yilek is going to drop down into 3rd place. And they really are, in comparison to Yilek, looking very tidy. Although maybe a sense that Prince is fading a bit here. Well, we're certainly going to see the lead change hands. Ning Zhongyan by 0.87, and Tim Prince in the end actually really lost his pace over the last lap. Could see on the graphic earlier that he was starting to not compare favourably to Methode Yilek. Looked really likely that we were going to get the top 2 from that particular pair, but in the end Yilek is 2nd, not 3rd, and Ning Zhongyan leads by 0.87. The penultimate pairing, and it's a barnstormer. Sander Eitrem of Norway. Jordan Stolz, the American who is the national record holder. Jordan Stolz is so far ahead of everyone else in the World Cup standings. 44 points beyond 2nd place Kjeld Naus, who's going to be in the final race. He starts well, fastest so far. Sander Eitrem down in 15th position. Eitrem, the 5,000 metres gold medalist at the World Single Distance Championships last year. The first European all-around champion from Norway in 34 years when he won it last year. Stunning performance. But Stolz is the headline grabber here. Dreaming of the hat-trick of last season. Once again, winning all three trophies in World Cup competition. It's the extraordinary consistency over race after race after race after race. He is on course to be the fastest. Ning Zhongyan had a very good last lap though, it's worth bearing in mind. But he's pretty favourable so far, Jordan Stolz. And indeed looks as though he's getting quicker compared to Ning. Jordan Stolz, very good time coming up. And he leads by 1.23 seconds over Sander Eitrem, who goes into 3rd, and Ning Zhongyan, who is 1 place above in 2nd. But we did get 2 of the top 3 coming from that particular pairing. Jordan Stolz ended up actually being pretty close to the track record, within 0.2 of it. Quite a gap, close to a second and a half at the top. Now we go to the last pairing. Finn Sonnekalb of Germany, 18-year-old. And what a star performer he's been in his young career. Twice the age. Kjeld Naus, the two-time reigning consecutive 1500 meters Olympic champion. The world record holder himself is here. Yep, has to be pulled back. Shake of the head. He resets himself. The man who set the Olympic record in Beijing. Now we begin. Finn Sonnekalb, the 18-year-old from Erfurt in Germany, can probably barely believe the company he's keeping in his home arena with Kjeld Naus next to him. But he's a great young competitor, Sonnekalb. Won 3 gold medals at the Winter Youth Olympic Games in 2024 and a multiple World Junior Championship gold medalist as well. Kjeld Naus, good start, 700s quicker than anyone else, with Jordan Stoltz in the lead, 1 minute 41.95. Naus is the one in second place in the World Cup rankings, but with a 44-point gap. And now, with 2 laps to go, he's in second position. He's just lost a little of that pace by comparison to Stoltz. Wonderful to see this meeting between a 36-year-old and an 18-year-old. Great support for young Finn Sonnekalb as well. They're so excited about what he might go on to achieve. For now, he's got a little work to do. Kjeld Naus coming up to the line to conclude this men's 1500 meters at World Cup number 5, and he's in 3rd place. Finn Sonnekalb in 9th position. So that means that Ning Zhongyan managed to hold on to 2nd position, and Jordan Stoltz, as expected, is the victor. The dream of the hat-trick, it remains alive. Really good effort from the veteran Kjeld Naus. And exciting to see the development of Finn Sonnekalb. He can go a lot faster than that, and he has gone a lot faster than that. The teenager, 1 minute 41.33 in Salt Lake City in November. We're going to proceed in just a moment to the ceremonies.
You'll be here.
Yeah, okay.
I will stand right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the ladies are finished, then you will come.
Classified results to come, ceremonies to follow. 2 more days of World Cup competition to enjoy. And I hope you'll be able to stay with us for all of the action. I'll talk you through what's happening tomorrow and on Sunday in just a moment. The classified results in the men's 1500 metres. Kjeldnaus of the Netherlands wins bronze. Ning Zhongyan of the People's Republic of China takes silver, and by almost a second and a half, Jordan Stoltz of the United States of America keeps the dream of the hat-trick alive. And this is how it's looking at the top of the leaderboard. So impressive. 300 points hit by Jordan Stoltz, with Kjeldnaus remaining in second. Ning Zhongyan just a couple of points behind. So we will bring you the ceremonies in just a moment. And I can tell you that tomorrow at 2:30 local time in Germany, there'll be the women's 1,000 metres, followed by the men's 1,000 metres, then the women's 3,000 and the men's 5,000. And on Sunday at 2 p.m. local time, so half an hour earlier than the start tomorrow, we'll have the second women's and men's 500 metres, and then the women's and men's mass starts and the women's and men's team pursuit competitions. Victory ceremonies on their way. It's now time for the medal ceremony for the women's 1500 metres. Rana Wiklund winning the bronze medal.
In second place,
Takagi Miho of Japan, the winner of the silver medal. Joy Bona of the Netherlands, the winner of the gold medal. That improving upon her third place position in the overall World Cup standings coming into this. And there they are, the World Cup medalists in the women's 1500 metres. We'll move right on to the men's 1500 metres ceremony. Just waiting for this final ceremony, the men's 1500 metres, and it won't be too long now. Kjell Naus of the Netherlands is the bronze medalist in the men's 1500 metres competition at the World Cup of Speed Skating in Inzell. Ning Zhongyan of the People's Republic of China, the winner of the silver medal. And it is Jordan Stoltz of the United States of America who wins this, and wins it really commandingly. The sort of display that makes perfectly clear why he is so far ahead at the top of the leaderboard. Excellence today, excellence throughout the season. And what more to come? And there they are, the medalists in the men's 1500 metres at the ISU Speed Skating World Cup, number 5 in Inzell, Germany, and the Max Eicher Arena. Fascinating entertainment with so much more still to come over the next couple of days in Inzell. And the big build towards the Olympic Winter Games goes on, but not for much longer, because we are almost there. It is time for the trophy presentation, the women's 1500 metres. Antoinette Rijma de Jong. Third place for her in the overall World Cup competition. And sneaking into second place today with her performance, Joy Bona. And Takagi Miho of Japan is the champion. She came into this with just a 7-point advantage over Antoinette Reibmer de Jong. Ended up narrowly finishing first by 8 points over Joy Bona. Takagi Miho is the champion. And that is how it played out. Very exciting conclusion. And we still have the men's 1500 metres trophy presentation to come. Now the men's 1500 metres trophy presentation. Third place to Ning Zhongyan of the People's Republic of China. Really impressive display today, finishing second. Kjell Naus of the Netherlands. Second place in the overall World Cup standings for 1500 metres competition. What a competitor. Jordan Stolz of the United States of America is the champion as he continues to just dominate and dominate all available World Cup events.
Congratulations to the ISU overall World Cup winners for the 1500 meter men.
There are your top three in the men's 1500 metres. Commanding win for Jordan Stolz.
Jordan Stolz, just a few interview questions for you. So the first day of the Freedom World Cup here in Inzell.
And all of that brings to a close our coverage We've got 2 days still to come, though, at the last World Cup of the season. Hope you'll be able to join us at 2:30 p.m. local time in Germany tomorrow and 2 p.m. on Sunday for the remaining medal events.